1936. The country was still in the depths of the Great Depression. King Edward was giving up his throne for the woman he loved. Hitler was Time's Man of the Year. Jesse Owens won 4 Olympic gold medals that year, and Paul Muni took the Oscar for Best Actor. But for a group of San Diego teenagers, the big event that year was their high school graduation. They were Hoover High's class of 36.
Yeah, our hero. He played baseball for the Padres that summer and came back and finished school. He was a half a year behind us.
Yeah, that's right. Teddy with him.
Hoover High produced some pretty famous sports figures. Roy Engle and Walt Harvey may not have achieved the fame that Ted Williams did, but back in the fall of 1935, they were on the team when 3-year-old Hoover High beat old established San Diego High.
I'll tell it because he won't, and he carried the ball down the field, and we ran a single wing. Bang, 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 and we scored, and Roy scored, and then for the extra point, he went over for the extra point. We beat him 7-6, first time we'd done so.
Harvey and Engle both lived a dream that many a young football player dreams. They both went on to become high school football coaches. Engle at Hoover, Harvey at La Jolla, Lincoln, and Crawford.
How often do they come up?
Oh, once a year, yeah, but they're not out now, as you can see.
Today, rather than whipping football players into shape, Walt Harvey concentrates on trimming the trees in his yard. And you're lucky to find Roy Engle and his wife Ann in town. They travel a lot, just got a new trailer. Both coaches will tell you they never regretted a minute their decision to play and coach football.
I wanted to be a coach, and I became a coach, and I went down coaching. I coached up to the year I retired.
Roy played and coached high school and college football and baseball, but football was his big love.
Well, this is one of those happy days for a coach when you win a championship and they pick you up and carry you off the field. Why, there's nothing better than that.
This is the 1961 team that won the CIF.
Walt has his share of medals and memories, too, although in some ways nothing compares with his first coaching job in the Imperial Valley more than 40 years ago.
Drove the school bus in the morning, drove the school bus in the afternoon, and coached at night. And had 3 girls physical education classes and 3 boys. And so, and then we did everything. They only had one coach, so he did everything, you know. Line the field. I didn't water the field. We had one of those crawlers. Just a great experience.
I think that one won at the Pomona tournament in 42.
Coach Engle wound up beating Coach Harvey's teams more often than it was the other way around. Still, Engle had his downs as well as ups on the field.
It's funny how Friday night you win a football game and you come home and that stuff is running good in your blood and it's a great weekend and everything, and then you lose one and the only happy thing is the dog's wagging its tail when you get home, and everything, you know, is a real downer.
So does this make you want to do it, want to coach again, coming out here?
Well, I tell you, there's some pretty good looking kids out there. You might be successful.
Yeah. Particularly if you have some speed. You need the speed.
Roy Engle and Walt Harvey will tell you that the years they spent on a football field gave direction to their lives. But when it comes down to it, their families have been the most important thing in life. Cora Harvey returns the sentiment more than 40 years after she went to a football game on her first date with Walt Harvey.
He has made all my dreams come true, you know. He tries anyway. We plan a lot. We don't always get it, and sometimes we do, and that's worth it. So, yes, I think we've had a good life.
High school is usually a pretty good time of life for a high school football player. It certainly was for Roy Engle and Walt Harvey.
It's a good school, good class of kids. And we didn't have We didn't have crime, and we didn't have everything you have today. We didn't have a drug problem. Sometimes the kids would go out and smoke behind the bleachers, the lunch hour, but and there wasn't excessive drinking. It's a nice time to be alive. It really was.
Somewhere the sun is shining, so honey, don't you cry. We'll find a silver lining, the clouds will soon roll by.